Today we are speaking to Mr. Nilesh Shah, Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company about Budget 2016. So my first question is this budget with a clear direction?
Yes, I think this budget is with clear direction. The budget has ensured the Raghukul Reet, Pran Jaya par Vachan na Jai. So in FY15 budget, we had laid a roadmap for fiscal consolidation. We told the world that our fiscal deficit will be 3.9 for FY16, 3.5 for FY17 and 3% for FY18. Today there were many temptations to let go that fiscal discipline, but the finance minister in true Raghukul Reet has honoured his word. He has remained on the righteous path of fiscal consolidation. While from an ordinary investor point of view this may not be a big thing, but it does open up lots of opportunities. One, it controls inflation. Second, it allows RBI to cut interest rates. Third, it allows global rating agencies to upgrade our outlook and eventually our rating. Fourth, it reassures global investors that India will maintain the righteous path, and when other emerging markets are looking bad in terms of deficit, we will stand out in terms of controlling our deficit. So it's a big step, less discounted by the market today, but at some point of time in history, in future, we'll remember finance minister for following this righteous path.
What is the sectoral impact of this budget?
Prima facie, if we see the budget, it's giving consumption boost. It's providing money, about 75 to 80% of the needed money for 7th pay commission, for one rank, one pension. That's kind of releasing roughly, including railway budget, about 1,10,000 crore in the hands of individual pensioners, salaried employees and so on and so forth. That money will be spent on consumption sector like two-wheelers, consumer durables, affordable housing and so on and so forth. So the budget is putting money in the hands of government employees and pensioners which will be spent, and that's kind of going to give boost to this sector. The second sector which will benefit from this budget is rural economy related sectors, NBFCs, agro companies, tractor companies, FMCG companies which are operating in rural area. As government is increasing flow into rural economy, Manrega allocation has been increased, irrigation investment has been increased, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana allocation has been increased. Clearly the focus has been to provide more credit, more fund flow into the rural economy, and rural economy which is under stress because of too below average monsoon should benefit out of this increased allocation. So sectorally, consumption related sector and rural India related sectors are likely to benefit from this budget. The sector which is likely to get adversely impacted is the telecom sector. The government has budgeted close to 99,000 crore by way of spectrum sale. About 30,000 crore of this spectrum is on a recurring basis. About balance amount of 69,000 crore is on the fresh sale of spectrum. If that kind of revenue comes to the government, certainly telecom sector will be adversely impacted as they won't be able to pass on the price rise to consumers.
What do you think the short term and long term impact of this budget on equity market?
Budget may not really have long term impact on equity market because ultimately it's the statement of income and expenditure. It does announce little bit of policies, but execution of those policies, implementation of those policies is what creates impact on economy on a longer term basis. So it's more important to view this budget from a short term point of view. I think the biggest favor which budget has done to the economy is the fiscal consolidation path. It will reassure global investors. Hopefully whenever the risk appetite comes back, they will differentiate India vis-a-vis rest of the world. Hopefully it will reassure rating agencies to upgrade their outlook or eventually our rating. Hopefully it will give enough room to RBI to cut interest rates. The budget has also talked about certain innovative things which will help strengthen our economy over a period of time. So this is the first budget where there is a transaction tax levied on cash purchases above 2 lakh rupee. This will encourage people to use debit card and credit card rather than cash, and this will put more of a parallel economy into main economy. The impact of black money, circulation of black money in economy will come down. The budget has also talked about coming out with review of Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, after honoring 3.5% commitment to seek that flexibility is important in case there is a global crisis tomorrow. The government is also talking about giving statutory backing to Aadhaar card. We spend close to 2,25,000 crore on subsidy. Many of this subsidy does not reach intended beneficiary. Giving statutory backing to Aadhaar will allow us to implement more subsidies on a direct benefit transfer basis, reducing the leakages. So there are lots of steps taken in the budget which is supportive for growth, which is increasing the transparency. This budget is also talking about bringing all the government procurement on an e-governance platform. The Director General of Supplies and Disposal will create a platform whereby all the government departments can procure their goods and services on an open tender basis. This transparency will again reduce leakages. So the whole focus of this budget is, on one side, maintain fiscal deficit, on second side, increase transparency, on third side, try to get maximum bang out of the buck you are spending upon through direct benefit transfer kind of thing, and overall create an environment which is conducive for growth.